So growing up in my small town of Medford, history was boring. But there was one thing that they didn't teach us that I just found out in the last year. So right back here, basically my backyard, there was a German P.O.W. of war camp. Right down in my little woods here where I used to play around. Found out where that was. I'm not sure where that is. So this PBS program showed up on YouTube about World War II POW camps in Minnesota. And that's when I was like, hello? Why didn't we get taught this? So I went to a presentation at the History Center last Monday. Monday of this fair this week, and well, they taught me a few things. Found out where the camp was. It was the land right here. Senator Cashman had it. In 1941, the U.S. declared war on Japan, which subsequently led our militaries to the shores of Europe. And with any war come prisoners, POWs. With war, there's a thing called the Geneva Convention, which is treat your prisoners with mutual respect. A lot of our enemy countries didn't respect this, but in Minnesota we did. One reason why we're Minnesota nice. Woo! I may have found something. This is POW camp number 5.
What are these men doing here?
The home of former Senator Thomas Cashman. This was his farm, and they turned it into a POW camp. Now, a lot of the German soldiers, they were like, you either join the military or you get a bullet in the head. So they're like, okay. There was a story of one guy going through his basic training, learning his stuff, jumping into a tank, driving right to the Allied lines. And they said, if you gotta surrender to someone, surrender to the U.S. They treat you way better.
What are these men doing here?
The prisoners were kept separate from the patriotic Germans, who call them traitors, but these were just dentists and regular people who didn't want the war to begin with. And when they all got shipped to Algonia, Iowa, the hub, they would then transfer here to Faribault, up north to do lumberjack work. And they were such nice and respected prisoners that they actually gave them guns to go out and hunt with, bring food back to the camp. That's how much they were trusted, and none of them wanted to go back. Yeah, here they'd work in the nursery, canning company, on the farm. They were treated nice. They were given instruments. They would get movie night and just be treated like they would treat their own soldiers. And they loved it here. Many of them tried to come back, and they did come back. Then they moved to Wisconsin, because that's a lot like Germany. And I'm not just talking the drinking either.
What are these men doing here?
And they didn't cause any trouble. Whoa, hold on there, Jeffrey. Hold on.
Come on. Come on.
Except one time, I guess the guards were called to the mess hall because there was a, slow down, there was a riot going on. When they got in there, it turns out a rat got loose and while they were eating, and they were half scared and half trying to kill it and just raising holy hell. Man, there's one really good story though, I want to share with you before we get something to eat, something German. Hold on, what'd you find there, Jeffrey? We found something here. Oh, maybe something from World War II. Look at that. German beer. Ooh, boy. Been here a while. Ooh, still got fuzz. Yeah, I think I'll stick to domestic beer. So it's a fact that no one successfully escaped from camp number 5.
Impossible.
Well, sort of. On one occasion, they did a bed check about 9:15, found a prisoner missing. So they went searching for him, and then about like 11:30, 12 o'clock, he just magically showed up back at the barracks in his bed, and they didn't know what was going on. And then later on, they had found a couple more, got out, and they found him walking back on the road in the darkness. They asked where they were. Well, guess where they were. Here, at the fair. After getting caught the second time, one guy admitted that he, after he came here, had a sandwich and rode the Ferris wheel, having the time of his life. Later he admitted it wasn't the first time he got out and did this. French fries. Bam! Bon appetit. Oh, by the way, people always ask me, Jay, how tall was Hitler's? Oh, about that tall.